So you know how there was that issue with door spamming on this game where clans mainly would just spam doors so people can't get through the people that they were attacking? Well, Jagex fixed the issue, but pretty much you just click on the door or walk through it now. So the doors don't open on this game anymore. You just walk through the doors. Really interesting fix. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another DMM mode video. So as you guys know, the DMM mode tournament has started this week. The $50,000 or $20,000. Who knows how much the prize money is nowadays? It's in the five digit. No, not 6 digit yet. 5 digit range. So we're going to be competing as usual, trying to win that money, even though it's never going to happen. So I'm going to have a bit of fun this tournament. I'm going to do something I've never really done before. So if you guys weren't aware, I am running the tsmdmm mode clan again, the Team Soup Massacre. No, not Team Solo Mid, but maybe Team Solo Mid will notice we are called TSM, even though we're not, represented by them. But then they want to represent us, and they give us free merch and everything. It's a whole master plan I'm trying to work out. I'm probably not going to work out. But if you guys are in the tournament and you do want to play with the clan, or you just want to, you want to play solo, but then join up for the final hour with the clan, you guys can join the TSM clan if you want. The in-game CC is just tsmdmm, one word. So tsmdmm is the clan chat you can join. And you can chill with us and do things with everybody else in there. We have like 15 people at the moment, so it's not going to be the biggest clan in the game, obviously, but it's just for fun if you guys just want to chill and do stuff and just hang out for the final hour and try to maybe win, even though not gonna happen, but you never know. Anyway, so this tournament I decided to mix it up a little bit. Now usually what I would do is I would do a bunch of quests and then unlock the Soul's Bane quest, where I can then train for the rest of the tournament and get my combat level stats really high. But this time I figured, I might as well make some money out of this game mode. I've always wanted to do barrows during the tournament and during seasonals, but unfortunately I just have been a bit lazy and just have never really done it. But this time I've been training early on to get the levels I need for the Underground Pass quest, where I get the Ivan Staff, get my range level up, or I can get 70 range to get the Black D'hide, and then I'm going to go to barrows hopefully on day 2. I'd say that I'm pretty used to barrows by now, since I've done, over 1,000 chests on my hardcore, no big deal. Even though barrows on demo mode's a bit different because you're not going to be as high leveled and supplies are a lot more expensive and everything. But I do believe that barrows is a bit different on demo mode now, because inside of the barrows chests are things like supplies, like noted herbs, and maybe, I don't even know, seeds are in there maybe. I'm not really totally sure, but barrows is going to be really interesting because we're going to get lots of loot, which I don't necessarily want to use for the tournament itself. I want to be able to make a lot of money on the tournament, and then potentially swap it over to the main game to have more money on my main account, which I can then use for like Ref PKing videos where I risk more, or Deep Wild PKing videos, which I've wanted to do a lot more recently. So that I think it'll be interesting content as well, especially for streaming. And also for videos as well, even though technically I've had so much barrows content on this channel, and then the fact that I'm doing more barrows on demo mode is sort of just like, really, bro? But hopefully I get lucky with some items, and I'll make some money off that. And I'll have some good gear for the final hour, because usually I just wear Black D'hide for the final hour. I had like a crystal shield last tournament as well. I don't want to do Regicide again during the tournament, man. That stunk, having to go through the Underground Pass twice. So yeah, we'll see about that. But at the beginning of this tournament, I pretty much just grinded stats for certain quests that I had to do. I really wanted to get Animal Magnetism out of the way. I wanted to get Underground Pass out of the way, and had to do some other quests in order to unlock those. Things like Priest in Peril, things like Restless Ghost, obviously the Avis quest itself, Animal Magnetism, Night Ernest the Chicken, Ruined Mysteries, all this, all this stuff that you're so used to doing when you play demo mode, things that everybody really tries to get done right away. The most annoying thing early on is just trying not to die to people PKing, because usually people really don't care at the beginning of the game if they die or not. They're not going to fall that far behind if they die while PKing. So people would just get, their fire staff, they get their mine runes, they get their earth or their air runes, and even sometimes chaos runes if they got a little bit more money. And they just kill people everywhere, especially in the multi-zones, which is a bit scary. But luckily, so far this tournament, I actually haven't died yet. I've been attacked a couple times. I did actually get attacked up in Berthor, but I managed to escape through that the dungeon door in the bar up there. So that was really lucky. But I finally managed to escape that. And yeah, so I haven't died yet, which is I'm very happy with that. Last tournament, as you guys know, was the DMM Mansions tournament, and you couldn't die to another team, or you couldn't die to a team member of the other team. And Foe killed me while I was on Team CBS. He was Team Low, and he got points for that. So I'm having flashbacks to DMM Mansions during this tournament, because I'm like, oh my god, I have to play every single hour, every single day. I have to look out for Team Low members. I have to complete challenges. But really, this time I can just play however I want and chill with the people in the TSM demo mode CC. So it's been pretty nice so far, because I've done things a lot faster than I usually do. Since I'm sort of used to doing these nowadays, then I'm sort of understanding what I need to do to get these quests done. And also, I sort of took this route late in the last tournament, so I did the Underground Pass route. I did all the quests for it, probably on the Thursday or Wednesday before the Saturday of the actual final hour. So the fact that I did it on day one now, it makes me really happy. Now, I do believe that there is also a change to fairy rings, which means that you can potentially use them earlier than usual, but I might be wrong there. I didn't really totally read the dev blog, so I know that you can start the quest without the necessary levels for that quest itself, but I'll have to double check with that. But once I get the fairy ring unlocked, the Barrows trips will be a lot better. But I also think that on day 2, people may have Barrows teleports selling in the Grand Exchange, which is going to make it even nicer, and then I can hopefully consistently do some trips as well. But the thing about the Barrows is that I usually, when I do the Barrows on demo mode, when I have very little money left on the account, I just safe spot the brothers in the tunnels themselves, so I don't really kill the melee brothers. I save my prayer for the brothers I need melee for, like DH. Well, not necessarily DH, but if I have a DH tunnel, I can just safe spot them. But mainly just Arams and Carols, because they can rip through your prayer if you're not praying. Now, the other thing I decided to do this tournament, which actually ended up working out for me, was make a decent money early on, so I wouldn't have to worry about it sort of halfway through and waste a lot of time. So my plan was to get 63 magic and then boost up with a wizard mind bomb to get 66 to unlock the wizards or magic guild in Yanil, and then buy law runes and sell them on the Grand Exchange. Now the thing is, the law runes prices are extortionately high in the beginning because there's not really a good way to collect law runes. I don't believe there's a spawn of law runes in the game. There might be. I'm not totally sure. Anyways, it's not really accessible for low-level players early on in the game. So people will pay big money because you can easily get your magic level up on demo mode, but the thing is you need the law runes, which are very expensive. So my plan was just to go buy law runes in the Wizards Guild, which go for like 220 each or something, very cheap, and people will buy them for minimum like 500 plus the first like 15, 16 hours of the tournament. So you're making double your GP. So I pretty much, every time I was running low on money, I would just go to the Wizards Guild, buy out like the nature runes and the law runes, sometimes the soul runes, and even the death runes and blood runes, and then just sell them all at the Grand Exchange, and I'd like doubled my profit or double my GP every time. So it's actually a nice way to do it because not a lot of people spend money on runes early on. They're spending money on usually other things like the armor and the gear. So I actually was very happy because my plan finally worked out. The prices usually sort of calm down after the first day, but it's a really good way to make money. If you're like one of the first people to unlock the Wizards Guild and you have that 250 stack in the shop itself with all those law runes and everything, and you say let's have like 50k, you can probably triple or quadruple your 50k to like 200k early on in the game, which is huge money. I mean, you could technically swap that over for like 30 mil old school. Making money on demo mode is actually pretty beneficial for your main account if you're all about that swapping life, because early on swap rates are absolutely insane. For like 100k, you could make like 15 mil or something. It's pretty big. Now, something else I did different this tournament was, if you guys have watched me in the past, you know that I pretty much always train for some reason in Lumbridge Swamp and just bury all the bones there from the rats and the frogs and just get myself 43 prayer that way. Or I go to Artie and go to that tower north of Artie where all those chaos druids are, then go to the basement and there's all those, I think, hill giants there or ogres or whatever. I think it's the ogres actually. And pretty much just attack them and bury all the big bones until I get 43 prayer. But something I want to do actually from now on, I'm happy I did it during this tournament, was go to the Ectofunctus and just bury get all my dragon bones there because they sell for very cheap early on. I think all you need is like 14 dragon bones, and then just go to the Ectofunctus at Port Phatasmus, use all your bones there, and you have 43 prayer, and think 2 trips, because you can then use your Ecto tokens to get into Port Phatasmus, bank there with your Ghost Speak Amulet, because you have it already anyway from the Restless Ghost quest, and then just get 43. In fact, I'd recommend doing that if any of you guys are looking to get a fast way to 43 prayer. It's pretty cheap as well. You can get all your dragon bones, usually for under like 15k, very early on in the game, because people sell them very cheap. So I'm happy I did that. I got 43 prayer done during the animal magnetism quest, and just something really nice to get done. If you guys have seen my inventory at all from this video, you can see that the food supply has been a bit of a struggle because people sell food for insanely high price. Lobsters go for like 500 GP. I'm just saying, I'm not gonna pay 500 GP for a lobster. It's way too high, because there are shops in the game that sell food at better prices and heal just as much or even more than lobsters. For example, the bartender in Sears Village sells stews for like 1 GP. And you can get yourself a nice like 12 HP heal off those stews. Also, what I did is went to the Gnome Stronghold and went to the shop there and bought all of those weird gnome foods like the toad bata and the pre-made chocolate bomb or whatever those are called. They actually heal up to 15 HP, and they only sell for, I think, 100. You can buy them for 100 GP, which is a very, very cheap compared to what people sell the food on the Grand Exchange. So that's a nice way to do it. I'm sure you guys know. If you guys are watching this, you probably have played the tournament, you're interested in the tournament, and you know some of these tips, but I just wanted to throw them out there just in case. Also, I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video, a lot of people say that you have to go down to Sears Village to pickpocket a man to 5 thieving, but actually there are men and women in Artie. You just have to go upstairs to actually find them. One is in the bar in Artie. You go upstairs. I think there's a woman there, and there's also one on the top floor of the pet shop in Artie as well. So if you guys do spawn, let's say a gnome stronghold and start with agility, or you spawn in Artie to go for cakes, all you have to do is go thieve the people on the second floor of those buildings, and you can get yourself 5 thieving. So no deaths during this tournament so far, which is absolutely amazing. I completed every single quest I wanted to complete. I'll probably get a few more out of the way, but now all I want to do is go train my range up to 70, get myself some black d'hide, make a bit more money so I can afford some runes and some more prayer potions, and maybe some Barrows teleports when those enter the game, because those will be probably like 20k. That's what they were last tournament, so they're going to be very expensive, but I'm hoping that the supplies and the runes and maybe the items that I get off Barrows will pay for all of that. And during the final hour, I want to have some Barrows gear. Again, usually, like I said, I always have that black d'hide. This time, I actually want Barrows gear, and I want to be able to look threatening during the final hour. But total level-wise and combat level-wise, we'll see what happens. I have until Sunday, or sorry, till Saturday, and then the final hour happens. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you guys did make it this far, please make sure to drop a like on the video. And again, if you guys are playing and want to join a CC, join the tsmdmm CC. And we'll all be in there playing. And hope to see you guys all there. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching. I have a video out tomorrow with some Barrows loot, hopefully. And see you guys next time. Bye-bye. I will also be streaming tonight on my Barrows chest. So if you guys want to tune in tonight to see some Barrows chests on demo mode, then yeah, make sure to tune in to twitch.tv/souporhero. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Wow.